From a windblown Ashley Field, hello and welcome to Prep Rally Level 3 WIA Playoff Edition. I'm Rob Hernandez. He's Dennis Semrau. And Dennis, we are into the teeth of the football season.
Boy, are we lucky it wasn't like this at cross country last week. The winds are really whipping, and it's going to make an interesting situation, especially for teams that like to pass.
Yeah.
If we get weather like this on Friday and Saturday.
And we'll be talking about a passing team in a minute as Watertown and Wanakee hook up in a Division II Level 3 game. But Dennis, we'll start with our Wisconsin PrepZone.com game of the week right here at Ashley Field this Saturday, 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Verona and Sun Prairie. Dennis, one of these teams is going to end the season against the same team they started with. It's a rematch of Week 1.
Deja vu, right? Game of the week, here we are once again. And we had a feeling this is what was going to happen. Dave Richardson and Verona came into the season knowing that Sun Prairie probably had the edge early, but they've improved week by week, and this is going to be a great matchup. We won't have probably a 60-yard field goal attempt like last year with Sun Prairie, but it's going to go right down to the end with both teams, I think.
Well, they might be able to kick a 100-yarder out here with this wind if they go from left to right. But Dennis, the Wildcats are certainly a different team than they were in Week 1. Dom Wise had that ankle injury in Week 1. I always maintain that a wing T offense, it's difficult to get the line schemes down early in the season. All that should be taken care of by now.
Yes, and it's even tougher to defense, but now Sun Prairie's a team that's used to seeing that. But Wise is definitely a different back than early in the year. He's earned all the accolades he's gotten so far.
And I don't think back in Week 1 the Verona Wildcats saw a big 300-pound lineman in the backfield offensively for the Sun Prairie Cardinals. That seems to be, with Craig Evans, a factor lately here for the Sun Prairie team.
Yeah, for those of us that remember the Fridge, this is Fridge revisited, and he loves it when he can touch the ball. And from his freshman year, you just see the footwork that Craig had, sideline to sideline, and was inevitable that he was going to get the ball eventually, and he's made the most of his opportunities.
And we've talked a lot about what he's been meant in that backfield as a weapon, but defensively, he'll be a key in trying to stop Dom Wise in that Verona running attack.
Yes, their defensive line has played well. I think the key for Sun Prairie is going to be the offensive line. 4 new starters this year from that first game, and they've only gotten better and better, and you have a 1,000-yard passer and a 1,000-yard rusher. Very diversified attack for Sun Prairie.
All right, that's our Wisconsin PrepZone.com game of the week, 12:30 p.m. Saturday here at Ashley Field. Verona and Sun Prairie, a rematch of Big 8 rivals. Dennis, Division II, Saturday at 4 p.m. Watertown at Wanakee. We talked about the passing attack and whether like this will impact the game on Saturday. Well, that remains to be seen. But either way, Watertown brings in one of the most prolific passers in the state.
They do, and Tarek Yagi, who had just an outstanding performance last week. Watertown was down 33-14 at halftime and rallied to win that game. But then if you look on what happened on Friday night, Wanakee, an 81-yard pass play to open the game. Will Helbing from Will Decora, the Will factor, and big plays for Wanakee. So I think this is going to be one of those games where get out your calculator, even though Pat Rice and the defense for Wanakee it's probably going to be the biggest challenge they've faced offensively in a couple of years.
Tarek Yagi's gone over 3,000 yards passing, and of course Wanakee gunning for another win. What are they up to now? To 46 wins in a row?
46 in a row. Correct.
And that'll be on the line Saturday at Wanakee, 4 p.m. kickoff. Division III, they'll play on Friday night at Monona Grove at the Clement Athletic Complex, where Monona Grove will take on Mount Horeb Barneveld. Another game, Dennis, that we were hoping might come to be because Mount Horeb Barneveld playing some very good football.
Yes, they started out the year, and again, you have two teams meeting each other. They have a common opponent. They both lost to Wanakee, both in great games.
Yeah.
The season opened at Monona Grove with Wanakee, and there was a big passing attack. And then at the end of the season, it was just a hard-fought 13-10 win Wanakee over Mount Horeb Barneveld. And I think this one is definitely going to be worth watching.
I think that was Travis Ward texting Dennis to say, pick me. But the Mount Horeb Barneveld coach will have his hands full with Monona Grove Silver Eagles Friday night. Division IV area game Friday night, Lakeside Lutheran at Walworth Bigfoot. Dennis, Lakeside had a great season, but they're going to run into some big size in Bigfoot.
Definitely. Defensively, that's been the key for Lakeside Lutheran. But Bigfoot just took it to Bridhead Judah for the second time last week and proved that they're ready to roll to Camp Randall.
On the fringe of our area, Nakusa, Division IV team that took out River Valley last week, they'll be at Black River Falls also Friday night at 7. Division V, Durand, Lancaster. We've talked about both of those teams in past prep rallies. Lancaster, a state runner-up a year ago, but Durand, a very good team from the Northwest, coming down to play at Lancaster. It should be a tough game.
Yeah, we were told from day one that Durand was a team to watch, and it was probably going to be the matchup we would see at level 3. And you look at so far, we've got a lot of matchups when we had to make our predictions early in the season, and we got our wishes.
We talked about a conference rivalry matchup in Division 1. We've also got one in Division 6 where the Iowa Grant Panthers will play host to the Darlington Redbirds. Darlington knocking off a very good Necedah team last week, Dennis. They lost in the regular season, I believe it was 12-6 to Iowa Grant. A rematch there, a very young Darlington team with only 5 seniors, but this time of year, that's kind of out the window, isn't it?
Well, it's Darlington, that's a team that we're used to seeing at the state tournament. Maybe a little bit of gap from back in the 90s when we were starting this. But, yeah, you need seniors at this time of year, but when you're playing in level 3, anything can happen.
Quickly in Division 7, Lake Country Lutheran will be at Randolph in one level 3 game involving an area team in Cochrane. Fountain City will be at Potosi. Dennis, finally, we need to talk about 8-man football, the Jamboree on Saturday over at Schofield DC Everest High School at Stephen Hagen Stadium. And we have a local team in the field. They're in the night game, the marquee game, the #1 seed, Abundant Life Christian School / Country Days or / St. Ambrose against the Prairie Farm team from up in the northwest part of the state. Both teams come into this game unbeaten, and 8-man football finally gets the spotlight in the state of Wisconsin.
Well, I think there'll be a time where we're going to be wondering if 8-man football will replace Division 7, and this is the first chance they're going to have to reward these teams for trying to keep the sport alive on their campuses without the numbers.
Well, we'll hope for good weather for that game on what could be a cold Saturday night in Schofield, but history in the making as Abundant Life will play in that first 8-man Jamboree, the #1 seed game under the lights at Stephen Hagen Stadium. We've got a full prep rally here, and we'll have live blogs and, of course, our WisconsinPrepZone.com Game of the Week, Verona Sun Prairie, highlights and post-game reaction after the game Saturday here at Ashley Field in Sun Prairie. For Dennis Semrau, I'm Rob Hernandez. Thanks for watching Prep Rally. We'll see you at the stadium.